Well, everybody, we're one step closer to football Armageddon 2.0. LSU dominates Arkansas, as I predicted the other day. LSU wins 41-17. LSU actually got down early, 14-0. The second touchdown was a LSU fumble, kind of like a freak play. Arkansas returns it for a touchdown. So Arkansas was up 14-0, but LSU came right back, score, punt return, and it was all LSU from there. They went 41-17. LSU's defense was dominant. Jordan Jefferson started at a pretty nice game. LSU ran the ball pretty well with they got 3, 4, even 5 good backs in the backfield. So LSU dominates, and you could pretty much put LSU in the national championship after that game. They clinched the SEC West, so next week they'll be in Atlanta playing the Georgia Bulldogs in the SEC championship game. If LSU wins that game, obviously they go to the national championship, and even if they lose, they would still probably go to the national championship based on their body of work. But I don't think they'll lose. I think they'll beat Georgia. So I think LSU will win that game and win the SEC there. And as I said, I'm an Alabama fan. And I also think that LSU and Alabama are the two best teams in the country. Pretty much by far. I don't think there's a close third. So I was actually kind of rooting out for LSU in that game because I want to see the rematch. And I didn't want the three-way tie scenario, so I think it was good that LSU won for the college football. So Football Armageddon 2.0. First game, man. Best college football game of the year. So I am excited thinking about a possible rematch. Oh man, those two defenses. Really impressive performance from LSU though. I mean they got down early like I said, but they came storming right back. The thing with Arkansas is a decent team, but they don't have the depth to hang with teams like LSU and Alabama. They can kind of play with those two teams for like a quarter, maybe even the first half, but once they get into the third quarter, LSU and Alabama can wear them down. We saw it in the Alabama-Arkansas game where it was close and then Alabama pulled away. The same exact thing happened today in the LSU-Arkansas game. Arkansas played with LSU for the first quarter and a half, but LSU wore them down with the run game and the physical defense. LSU give a lot of credit to LSU's secondary, as I said, coming into the game. Eric Reed, the star safety, actually didn't play. They had so much depth though. Like Alabama, those two teams kind of overwhelm you with not only the greatness of the players, but the depth of they can just one guy to the next, after the next. Mo Claiborne had an interception. Tyrann Mathieu had a punt return touchdown. He had, and he also had a forced fumble. Mingo, Montgomery, the whole LSU defensive line put a lot of pressure on Wilson the whole game. I think Wilson got hurt. He never really came out of the. Well, he did for one play. Arkansas did the Wildcat. So they did take him out for one play, but Wilson. He didn't really have a good game. Just like in the Alabama game, he was kind of shut down, which is, I think, to be expected. LSU and Alabama's defense is so good with the pass rush and the guys in the back end with the coverage. It's unbelievable what those two teams can do. So, as I say, we're one step closer to Football Armageddon 2.0. At this point, the only way that Football Armageddon 2.0 doesn't happen is if tomorrow Auburn beats Alabama in the Iron Bowl, which shouldn't even say that because it's not going to happen. No way it can happen. So roll Tide, roll in that game. Let's go Alabama. And we'll see. I think Alabama will roll pretty easily in that game, actually. Auburn's a decent team, but they just tough to replace the guys they lost, and kind of just had from the year they had last year to kind of, it's tough to even try to duplicate it. They do have talent, especially with Thyra McCaleb, but their quarterback situation is dicey. They don't have a lot of targets on the outside, and their defense isn't. It's not scary. Let's put it that way. So as long as Alabama can shut down Dyer and McCaleb in the Auburn running game, I think the Crimson Tide will win fairly handily, and we'll get the Armageddon 2.0, which is what I want. They're the two best teams. I want to see those two teams play again. Man, I want to see them play again. They're just so good. So that game's tomorrow, the Iron Bowl at 3:30. But as for now, looks like LSU is going to be in the national championship. They win the SEC West, and they're on to play Georgia in the SEC championship game next Saturday. So that should be a pretty good game. So, have fun watching Alabama roll tomorrow, or maybe you're going to watch the Penn State-Wisconsin game at 3:30. Whatever. Both of the games look pretty good. So, have a good time, and see you next time. Thanks for watching.